viewers, welcome to Dailies on TVRC. My name is Felicia Chinyere Iberi. Joining me on set is
Abitunde Islamic Vincent.
with me is the Punch newspaper.
With me is the Vanguard newspaper. On the front page of Vanguard newspaper. 2023, sorry, I beg your pardon. Malongo Shumale leads APC campaign team. Terrorists have spies all over Nigeria. Government should take them seriously, says freed Kaduna train attack victim. Insecurity worries squandered goodwill of Nigerians, says Kokori. Rufai pays 70,000 naira fines, apologized over BRT lane incident. Nigeria now headquarters of poverty, insecurity, insurrection, joblessness, says NULGE. Land grabbing, Lagos resident urge IGP to speed up pending cases. 90-year-old woman, 1-year-old Nigerian, sorry, I take that again. 90-year-old woman, 1-year-old hostages still in captive. Release Kaduna train victim, attack victim reveals. From telecommunications to broadcasting, desperate times indeed, is also on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Fake housemates, Modella instructed by Biggie to scatter relationships. It was minor misunderstanding with soldiers. Brutalized DSP in Enugu clarifies. Obituary. Omasheye raises alarm over death threat from Peter Obi supporters. Could also be seen on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Yahya Bello bans use of face masks, shot brothels in Kogi. Friends warned I shouldn't disregard her infidelity. It's also that story could be seen on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Now there's a local content policy. Pantami spits fire ban importation of some telecommunication equipment. Insecurity and police response under Halkali could be seen to also on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. PDP urges call to disqualify Governor Hinua deputy. Omon Hagigi at 59. Interest celebrating a great achiever. It's also on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Walking the tightrope, party interest or personal ambition. This story also it's also on the page of Vanguard newspaper. Security of life and properties, foremost duty of government, the evolution of police force in Nigeria. Climate change impact, Lagos government to launch 20 billion green fund initiative. Security threats, the CP orders reinforcement. Ogun will become Nigerian Silicon Valley soon, says Pantami. Is also on the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Oyetola Arebeshola biker over call for Shun APC restructuring. 2023 Governor Tinubu government will be equitable, inclusive, says Shetima, the presidential flag bearer running mate. Between direct selling and Ponzi scheme could also be seen on the front page of Vanguard. Delta 2023. He called adjourns Oborevori and Edebie to August 8. Finally, PIA, role of state governments deliberately undermine. Sorry, I take that again. PIA, role of state governments deliberately undermined, says Bayelsa government. Ms. Felicia.
Yes, please.
Let's commence our discussion from this. Let's take it up from this pedestal that says 90-year-old woman, 1-year-old hostages still in captive. This is coming from the released victim, the one that was recently released. What's your take on that?
Well, I feel it shouldn't get to that point of, extending to a year. This time still on hostage, but thank God she has been released. But the thing is, we shouldn't wait.
But this is coming from the man who was released. This man is saying 90-year-old is still in the hostage,
Still in the
and
hostage.
1 year-old is also still is still very much in the captivity.
Oh, that's so bad. So I feel the federal government should hasten up to see to that.
Okay. Again, this is also coming from, let's pick this one from Kogi State. Yahaya Belobandi use of face mask shot protest in Kogi. Well, shutting brutal, that one is okay, fine. It's very much. But now, banning face mask. What's your take on the ban on face mask?
There shouldn't be any ban on face masks because it's still the issue of COVID is still ongoing. They've never told us that it's ended. So we should be very much careful and still save ourselves from this contracting that.
Yeah, and this is also coming from the minister Issa Pantami, that Ogun State will in a very short while become a Silicon Valley. Do you think that's a good news?
It's a good news. That's the good news.
Okay, and finally, before we wrap up the program today, before from my own point of view, from my own hands here, let me quickly also ask you this: climate change impact. Lagos government will launch 20 billion naira green fund initiative.
Yes, it's a very good one. It's a very good one. So it's high time for federal government to look into our climate.
But I think here in this part of the world, Nigeria, do you think we're really experiencing this climate issue?
Yes, to a point. So actually go back there. So.
Okay, that's what I have on the Vanguard today.
Okay, with me is the Punch newspaper, and from the front page of the Punch newspaper, terror attack. NRC suspends Lagos Kano Ajaokuta train services. Same-sex marriage. US-based Nigerian Anglican bishop faults Canterbury. NDLEA dismantles Lagos Anambra drug labs, arrest Barrett. Still on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Ritualists kill woman, clock eye, family rejects autopsy. NIMASA approves additional $268,000 for 134 cadets. Gombe confirms 3 monkeypox cases. Strikes. Students cry out, fear missing law school. UK licensed 266 Nigerian doctors in 2 months. Still on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Impeachment. Sheikha backs lawmakers against Buhari. Tinubu's government will be fair to all, says Shetima. And this last one from the front page of the Punch newspaper. Bank borrowing from CBN rises 27% to 4.5 trillion naira. So, Mr. Vincent, welcome again. Please also take on this terror attack. NRC suspend Lagos Kano Ajaokuta train services. What's the take?
Well, it's a bad news for the country because we have so many people applying that road. Who are applying the train, who are always applying that road. Sorry. So as it stands now, so many of them will have to look for alternative routes. And one of the best, you should know that many train is always a very fast means of transportation. Before you know it, you are aware, and it's there's no police checkpoint. It's always direct routes. But now that it has been halted, people would just have to look for alternative. And at the point we're talking about the congestion of our road, we need to look at other sectors of transportation. But now the road will be congested again. Then we have so many so many cars plying that road.
Okay, this other one talks about the impeachment, showing the backing lawmakers against Buhari. What's the take?
Well, my take is that Shoyinka is a concerned Nigeria, and that's one of the things we all should admonish ourselves to do. We need to be concerned. We are all receiving the heat of whatsoever that is happening in this country. The backlash is where it's always the bulk, those who are at the recipient end, they are the citizens. So we should stand up, and, back those that are doing the right thing. If somebody is not being held accountable for anything, then we should cry it out. At least somebody should. We cannot, at the detriment of this country, and things are happening like this, and nobody's saying anything. It's not really too good for our democracy. If something is not really going on well, we should all just speak up.
Okay, this one talks about the NDLEA, the dismantles Lagos and Abra drug lab, arrest.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Don't forget the effect of these drugs on our youth. It hasn't been too good. Look at number of those who are mentally unstable these days. As a result of taking of these high substances, tramadol, codeine, taking all manner of drugs, just to get themselves to go into what we call euphoria. It's it's not too good.
Absolutely, yeah. So this strictly licensed 266 Nigerian doctors in 2 months.
But that's a good one too. Like I said, that there's those who knows the value of the gold that you want to engage in a kind of a transaction with. They know that these Nigerians, they are very qualified and they know what it takes to carry out their duty dutifully, to carry out their job dutifully, and this is what they've done. And I want to congratulate the UK government for taking that move.
Yes. So this last one says, students cry out, fear missing no school, as regards to the ongoing strike.
Yeah. This one of the ripple effect of this ASU strike. You see students, they are now, deviating from their normal routine. They are so confused. The student who wants to be in the classroom to learn is now thinking of something else. He wants to make money. He wants to start making millions and billions. And don't forget, these days, where you see people engaging in different form of shady and illegitimate means of getting money. So these kids, these students, really, they are just confused, and they want to join the bandwagons. And before you know it, some of them, those ones the ladies, the unnecessary unwanted pregnancy here and there, and the guys, peer pressure, lure them into things that they wouldn't want to do. So we could only, talk to the government to just settle this once and for all. It's no longer funny anymore. No sane country would want to hold its education into a ransom like the way we are doing it in this country, because these are the future of this country.
Exactly.
Why do you have to put them, lock them up at home, or you just without looking? If the government could not do this for the students, could not do it for the development of this country, what do you think the government are doing there? Whatever they are doing is very much inconsequential. They are very much insignificant as regards the education.
Okay, viewers, we now come to the end of today's news. Please join us same time, same station. Thanks. Bye for now.